Real Estate Today. I'm your host, Laura Harbison, broker-owner of Realty Executive Southern Nevada Properties, and today I am here with Jeff Eno, owner of Accredited Pool Service.
Hi, Laura. How are you today?
I'm great.
Awesome.
So Jeff is here to give us a little insight regarding what normal pool services are, how often they should be, what the differences are at different times a year.
Yes.
So let's start with what a regular pool service consists of.
Oh, typically on a regular service, we do come out weekly, year-round, and we service the pool typically on the same day, around the same time every week if you have our service. And we come out, we'll net it, brush it, vacuum it, test and add the chemicals, empty all the baskets, check the equipment for any leaks, any odd noises or things that could possibly break in the future. We try to do an overall assessment, and our service techs are pretty good about taking pictures, sending that information back to me, and then I contact the customer directly. Okay. That way there's no communication error.
Right. No, I've loved the communication. I mean, you know that, it's been 35 years since we first met when you were doing a pool for me all those years ago. Yeah, a long time ago. Yes. So, and I know I get a weekly email after it's been serviced with a picture of my pool. And,
and a report and the chemicals and the readings. And It's pretty thorough. We try to do a pretty thorough job. We have new software we implemented about 2 years ago that definitely helped us get into the next century.
Well, that's good, because I haven't seen anybody else do that. And owning a real estate company and also being a licensed property manager, I come across a lot of different vendors, and I've never seen any that are doing what you're doing and then reporting the way that you're reporting. So.
Technology has definitely helped tremendously. And now we email all our invoices, so not only do you get the weekly pictures, but you'll get a monthly invoice as well, and it's very detailed with methods of payment that are on the invoice. It's streamlined the business a lot. Sure.
No, that's great. Well, and I know that you guys do what you say, because I have a camera in my backyard.
Everybody knows.
Pretty much.
And we tell our own techs, don't do anything stupid. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah. So I always watch, and I see them testing the chemicals.
Yes.
And doing them.
That's good.
And I love that they take a look at the equipment, because you've got a lot of pressure. All the water that's going through there. It's very normal to occasionally spring a leak in that equipment.
Yes, and our techs are pretty diligent about, like I said, taking the picture of the leak, and I can identify it usually with the picture, and then I get back with the customer with a rough estimate to fix it, and we team up with a good repair company, so those are pretty streamlined and done very rapidly if it's an emergency.
Right. Well,
which I tell people there's no such thing as a pool emergency. Because you can turn the pool off and you can turn the water off, but we do get to it very quickly.
Yes, well, that has definitely been my experience. Now, do you do anything different during the different I know you come weekly all year long.
Yes,
but what is done differently?
Typically, other than filter cleaning, which we do about every 20 weeks, the winter and summer differences, there are slight differences. We tend to use a lot more chemicals in the summer. Therefore, the water kind of takes a beating because it's getting bombarded with chemicals, mostly due to foliage or high use, or just the good Lord didn't mean us to have swimming pools in our backyard, so we do our best to keep them doing clear.
Yeah, during the cement pond.
Yes, during the summer. Then in the winter, we try to reverse the bombardment. And we supplement usually with liquid chlorine instead of the hard chlorine tablets that we typically use in the summer. If you don't have like a salt system or some other source of sanitizer, we do use the 3-inch chlorine tablets in the summer. We try to wean off of those in the winter and use more of a liquid chlorine, which is a little less harsh. It's not as strong as the chlorine tablet. But that being said, it being less harsh, it has a lot less fillers, a lot less, there's no conditioner in it. Therefore, the need for draining your pool will be prolonged the quicker you can get off the 3-inch tablet. So my advice to pretty much every customer I have is we don't use the tablets in the winter. We try to supplement mostly with liquid chlorine. Unless it's a problem pool, sometimes we'll use both.
Okay.
But that
Just keep it balanced.
yeah, that doesn't drive the conditioner level up as fast as when you use just the tablets.
Okay.
So the liquid chlorine is definitely a one thing that we do typically in the winter. The other things we do in the winter is we try to adjust all the time clocks to run, say 11 o'clock or midnight till 5 or 6 in the morning to prevent freeze. We all know it does get cold out here at night. It doesn't get that cold, but
You never know when
it
it's going
does
to hit
get
that.
cold, and it typically depends how your pool's situated in your backyard. If you get southern exposure to your pool, you're probably never going to freeze. But if you don't, and your pool's in your backyard,
shade a lot.
covered, if it's in the shade all the time, and it's covered, your house is in the way from the southern exposure of the sun, your pool will have a greater chance of freezing.
Right. Well, and some people have, to protect the pool equipment from the sun.
Yes.
Some people have, have it protected.
Enclosures.
Have it
yes.
enclosed.
Which is great in the summer, but in the winter, it creates even more. It doesn't. It's colder. It's even more cold.
Right.
Creates
So
that
running it during the colder parts, the evening,
Correct.
the night, and all would help.
And the other good thing with a lot of the automated, more up-to-date systems, they are computerized and they have sensors in them that will turn the pump on when it gets to a certain temperature.
Oh.
So if you have an old system, you probably do not have this. If you have a newer system, and even some of the newer pumps, the variable speed pumps that are available, they will have a freeze protection in them as well. So when the water or the air gets to a certain temperature, they'll kick on automatically. So you can keep your daytime run schedule and not worry about it. And then when it does freeze, when those sensors kick in, the pump will turn on, the water will circulate, and
keep it from freezing.
keep it from freezing over. Yes. But those are the two main worries of summer to winter is pump run time and less chemical use, but the correct chemical use.
Right. So it stays balanced.
Yes.
So, and by doing that, you're prolonging how long in between water changes, because
Yes.
how often do you typically have to change the water?
Well, it is different with every pool, but typically I like to drain my pools every 2 to 3 years. And that's due to mostly conditioner buildup from the tablets, the hardness that our lovely Las Vegas water has in it, running through the Colorado River. We are hard. And those are the main deciding factors, is hardness and conditioner level.
Okay.
So if you don't have a salt system and you don't have a alternative sanitizing system and you are using the tablets, typically 2 to 3 years, that conditioner level that goes in from the tablets that protects it from the sun gets too high, and then it blocks out the chlorine, and then your chlorine won't work.
Okay.
So you could dump a ton of chlorine in the pool. It's good for a day or two. After that,
Comes right back.
you're going to start getting algae. You're going to start running into issues. And then on the other side is the calcium hardness. That's our lovely calcium on our tile, which is a bear, which every pool in the valley I think has.
Absolutely.
And getting rid of it is tough.
It's fine. Bead blasting.
Yeah, you bead blast it off. Eventually, it will come back. We try to keep our pHs as low as possible, without obviously affecting the equipment. But low pH is hard to obtain on a once-a-week visit. So we're constantly adding acid. But once we get it level, it tends to stay for weeks, if not months. So if you can get it level and you keep adding accordingly, it will stay down. And then that helps with the calcium buildup on the tile. It doesn't alleviate it, but it
reduces it.
It reduces it
Yeah,
significantly.
if you're prolonging how long before you need those types of maintenance as well. So
A lot of-
really
Yes.
saving people money.
Yes. And a lot of people ask me, well, why am I getting calcium on my tile? You're coming every week. I said, well, the water we're working with is the water from the lake. And anybody has seen the lake.
That is what it has.
You see the rocks that were underwater that are no longer underwater. They are not black. They are white. They are white for a reason.
Right.
Too many minerals. There's just so much mineral buildup in the rocks from the lake that the rocks actually they're white.
They're white, right,
Yeah.
from all that. Just like the white that
Just
you
like
get
the
on a
white you
tile.
get on your tile.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And we treat it the best we can. But that's what Mother Nature gives us. Mother Nature gives us a product that's already not good. It's
So
full
you
of
just
minerals.
you gotta work with it.
So we got to work with it.
Yeah.
And we do the best we can.
Well, of course.
Yes.
Of course, no, and we appreciate the good job that you do, and
Awesome.
that's why I wanted you to tell our audience all about
Absolutely.
what well, and what they can expect, what is normal, whether they're using you or
Yes.
whomever. These are the things they should be looking for.
Yes, yes. As long as someone's there, typically about 15 minutes to clean a pool for a tech that's experienced and knowledgeable and knows what he's doing. If he can get in and out in 15 minutes, that's a fair amount of time. And I always tell my customers, if you see something my guy's not doing, feel free to reach out. We can always see if that's
You'll address it.
applicable to do on their pool. We address whatever we can.
Well, thank you for tuning in. In our next episode, we're going to talk about pools a little bit more, but we're going to talk about the different types of repairs and when you need them. So
Yeah.
definitely tune back in. So we appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.